Oh. Okay, full disclosure, I'm about to build a wood hot tub. I've never done that before, but I'm driving to Home Depot right now, and I think it's gonna be absolutely awesome. So let's go get some wood, some screws, some glue, maybe some stain, some copper pipe, and some firewood, and let's build a hot tub. Let's do it. What is that? Oh, hell yeah. Ew. Okay, so far we got 4 for the corners, 2 for the middle parts. Basically, I'm building like a 6 foot by 6 foot wood box with a bottom. So I need to get some pressure treated 4x4s for the very bottom of it, keep it up off the ground, and then tongue and groove board. Looking at this tongue and groove here, if you want to do it right, you definitely want to get the cedar, but that's really expensive. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get, I think this is pine or whatever, and I'm just gonna put a good waterproof sealant on it just to save the money. But if you want it to last for a really long time, definitely recommend the cedar. This is quickly getting out of hand here. I'm starting to think it's gonna be around $600. Please subscribe. All right, we're done. Here we are. This is where we're gonna be building her. We gotta move this couch over in the corner there. Ready? Before? After. Just kidding. You don't get to see it yet. Because I don't either. We're gonna do it together. Let's freaking do it. Okay, I got my friend Nolan here.
So,
and
we can't say my name.
Oh,
remember.
sorry. Don't say his name. His name's not Nolan. And what we're gonna do for the sides is it's gonna be 8 of these 6-inch tongue and groove boards. We're gonna go ahead. This is actually going on the channel.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, and then we're gonna glue the seams here with some Tight Bond number 3, which is supposedly waterproof, and we'll see if that gets a good enough connection. And then I got the big clamps, and we're gonna clamp together, and we'll let them dry. Do we just glue them all, then squeeze it, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this stuff probably won't dry too quick. So we're just filling the cavity here with some glue. Getting her all nice and pretty. We got all these glued together here, and then we got it clamped, and it's just starting to dry. The limiting factor is definitely gonna be the clamps, because we only have 2 of those and 4 walls. Hey Jake.
What's up, Scott?
What do you think about this hot tub build?
Hot tub build?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's this going? Also, I have another part of news for you. The ducks, they ran away. We came back and we saw they were gone. I was like, oh, I thought they took them to the beach.
No, they're gone.
And I was like, hopefully they ran away.
My ducks are gone.
They ran away.
They ran away. Bye, ducks.
Love that.
So I was thinking that I would have to wait for this to dry, because I only could do one at a time. And then I came to the conclusion that we have that much width to work with. So I totally could do all 4 of these and clamp them all together. I have to worry a little bit about them getting stuck together, just the glue dripping through, but I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 3, and then we can let them all dry overnight instead of doing one at a time. Got all the panels done here. It looks pretty good. A little bit sketchy how I'm trying to keep them from bowing with these pieces of wood sticking out, but looks pretty good. We'll see if they get all stuck together tomorrow. And then over here, last thing I'm gonna do is just glue this tongue and groove plywood together so it'll be dry and ready for tomorrow. Got these 2 pieces glued together. Took a lot of glue, definitely probably seeping through to the concrete, but got a bunch of 5-gallon water jugs, some car batteries holding it down. Super legit, so hopefully those stick together, and then I'm gonna be cutting out a 6x6 square out of it tomorrow. Unfortunately, with these 2 sheets of plywood, and hopefully this will all work out tomorrow. So I will see you then. Okay, I got them all apart, One of them kind of broke a little bit, so I added some more glue. And just the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the stain on these, because it's gonna take a while for this to dry. So I'm actually gonna stain it before we put it all together, and it'll probably need more stain later too. All 4 of the panels are now stained, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this 2x4, kind of screw it down the seam here to help reinforce this joint, because we're gonna need to cut out the 6x6 bottom of the hot tub out of this plywood here. My friend and I moved it over here. It completely fell apart in the seam. If you're actually gonna try making this, don't do what I do what I say. Allow everything to dry and put some more effort into making sure connections are tight and waterproof. I'm just gonna go into these 4x4s and put in some screws just around the edges, because that's where I'm gonna build the walls on top of anyways. So those won't have to worry about getting waterproofed. Now I'm just gonna fill this seam with as much caulk silicone as I can here. I definitely used too much and scraped most of it off. Whatever, I have plenty of silicone. But the way we're gonna do the structure now is we're gonna do a bottom plate, just like a regular wall, some studs, just like a regular wall, and then also a top plate. I'm definitely gonna run out of 2x4s, but I'll go get more. And I still have to get the part to make this actually get heated, so that's okay, we'll get that in a second. But I wanna start building basically these walls, the structure that's gonna hold all the planks together. Before I can build the walls though, I just stacked 2 of these up. I'm gonna trim off the ends so 2 sides are similar to each other. Because you can see they're all at kind of a regular length with the way they're bending when we clamped it all together. So I'm gonna trim the ends so I have 2 panels that are flush. I'll do the same thing with those 2 panels, and then we'll know the actual dimensions we have to work with so we can build the structure. Second Home Depot trip, just got enough stuff to build a little fireplace, and then some more 2x4s. It's so windy, oh my goodness. And then the copper tubing, and then just some through wall fittings and some other little fittings we're gonna need. What a great roommate. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and build the structure for this thing. So we're gonna be doing basically it's like a standard wall, bottom plate, studs, top plate. So I'm gonna make this side 6 feet, and this other side will be 6 feet minus the 3.5, minus the 3.5. So, and then for these, I think I'm gonna do probably just the length of this, which is about 40, I think. Yeah, it's about 40 minus 1.5. After measuring these studs, it's gonna be about 37.5 for all the studs. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut all those. There we go, our first wall is complete. Now that I have this one, I'm gonna build the other one directly on top of it. Just have to do less measuring, and then we'll do the other 2 walls, and our structure will be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw these down into the 4x4s. It would be best if you had something to screw into all the way along, but I don't. So put probably 3 screws into each 4x4. Okay, now that we have both of these walls in, It's easy to measure and see. We need these to be 64 and 64. So we'll make 2 more 64-inch long walls. Ready? There we go. Last 2 walls complete.
It's a little sticky on the
It's like a
thing.
boat. Is it sticky?
Touch.
I actually wear my shoes on site, so I don't have that issue.
I don't. This angle.
Now we're just gonna screw the walls to each other. This wall going in. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Drop it down. Ooh. Quick install.
All the walls are on. It's time for Mr. Silicone to take over here. We're gonna put the 2x2s in the corners to try to make a better seal, because it's just impossible for me to make clean enough cuts to get it all perfect. And then now I'm just gonna cut off this little top part of the tongue and groove here so I can put this quarter round on to kind of get more of a seamless transition. I'm gonna cut all the corners to be 45 degrees like that, just to have a better finished product than this weird transition here. Beautiful. Got this all nice and sanded. Not gonna get any splinters from that. Well, hopefully not. And it looks really good. The last structural thing before this is almost completely done is right here. I wasn't planning on doing anything, but since there is gonna be a lot of pressure from the water trying to push this thing out, I bought some 2x6s. So I'm just gonna put 2x6s in all these pockets here just to put some force back, pushing that way.
Kick this one in there.
Boom. Just giving my hot tub a vacuum. Nothing to see here. It is time to stain this entire thing. This will probably take me about like 30, 45 minutes. So I'll time lapse you guys in. I'm gonna finish it off by sealing it with this waterproofing sealer from Olympic. There we go. Got it all stained up. So I'm gonna let this go ahead and dry, and then I'm gonna flex seal this main seam here in the middle all the way around the edges, and then we'll be good and we can see if this thing holds water. Okay, so it's still a little bit tacky from the sealer. I'm gonna allow it to fully dry before I put on the liquid Flexseal. Instead, I'm gonna work on the seats. Right now I kind of got one mocked up, so I'll show you that and then I'm gonna make the other ones. I originally had these being 2 feet long just to kind of keep the math easy for the exterior triangle. And then I kind of did the gaps just with one of these sanded 2x2s. But I only had that, and then I wanted them to be a little deeper. So now They are about like 20 and a half long. You can see, not exactly, but I'm just gonna use this as a template and then cut the 2x2s to the same as this. So they'll all be the exact same. And then you see here, I left this little notch because in the hot tub, we have that 2x2 in every corner. So I had to leave a notch there. The seats are installed. They can be stood on. They're pretty strong. Looks great. The very last thing I'm gonna do before I put water in it is just flex seal around the edge and down the seam in the middle, and we should be good to go. There we go. Have flex seal all the way around. Got a little bit out of hand on this side, but generally I think it will do its job. So now all I have to do is wait for this to dry and we can fill it with water.
Good, get in.
Everybody's getting in. I don't know if I want to touch the water. It's like a lot of chemicals.
Oh!
Get a toe bath.
It's falling pretty darn quick.
Let's see this. We'll get to like this first board and a half, and then we'll see if it leaks between the boards. Are we good still? So for, oh, no, we got one right here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh, it's coming out this
Oh,
side.
oh no!
It's leaking.
Oh,
She's leaking.
oh
Over there.
We were doing great until we got up to this first seam here, and then it started leaking a little bit, a lot of it down there, but over here just a little bit. Over here looks all right. So I need to go and put Flexseal, unfortunately, over all these transitions because they're just not tight enough. The first thing I'm gonna do is take these through wall fittings I have here and basically cut square holes everywhere I need them, and then put a galvanized plate on the backside because the wall is too thick for the fittings I bought, which is okay. So I'll just attach galvanized plates and then just do it to the galvanized plates. Alright, for this hole it's coming from the pump, so it's 3/4 inch, and then this is a half. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of silicone on these, and then I'm gonna tighten them down. I cleaned them all up, got all the extra silicone kind of off the plates, so it doesn't look too shabby. And then I'm just gonna take these 3 cans of Flexseal and Flexseal basically this entire tub all the way up to this line. I think the water line's gonna be probably like halfway above that outlet right there. Mini cans of Flexseal later. Got the entire thing all sealed up. All right, for the fire pit, this is kind of the layout. Just throwing some bricks here on the bottom to protect the ground, and then I'll stack the cinder blocks up a little bit. Here is the plan of what we're gonna do today. I bought all the pipe and everything we need. Basically, we're going to go from here, hit this first output, go over, hit the next one, and then go from the top, and then hit the bottom two. There we go. It's the last one that went in. It's all piped up. It was definitely hard to work back here. It'd be a lot easier if you didn't have the hot tub right up against the fence. So last thing I need to do now is just connect the copper pipe. I have my compression fitting. Take a little bit of this Teflon tape, wrap it around, twist it into the wall. Take my copper pipe, and I'm pretty sure I just push it in. It's locked in. It actually works. Very last thing going in is just this drain. Hopefully we don't have to use this right away. Hopefully this thing actually holds water this time. Drop the filter balls in. I think it's gonna leak a little bit. I think it's gonna be okay. Turn it on. There we go. Any immediate adverse effects? None seen. Fill it all the way up. All right, it's all filled up. It's heating. It's looking absolutely beautiful. It's not super warm yet, but boiling hot water is pumping out of that right there. And then I have the pump also running. Totally messed up and made the top ones the suckers when I meant to make them the pushers, but that's okay. We're gonna let this kind of heat up, so it'll probably turn dark on you guys, but then we're all gonna get in and just cranked up the fire a little bit to try to get this thing a little bit warmer. You can see it's putting off heat for sure. Hopefully it'll be about 90 degrees in another hour. Look at that steam coming off. Whew. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Got our cookies out here.
And milk.
And milk. About to get in this steaming tub. Got a burn hazard right there. Get in right next to it. Here comes Nolan Ryder. It's such a hazard. This fire is warm. Are you drinking milk too? Oh, milk.
Thumbs down to that.
He's in.
It's so slippery on the bottom.
How warm is it?
Oh, it's like 100 degrees in here.
Whoa, don't use the Lord's name in vain in my videos. It's not that bad.
Hey, single ladies, Scott makes hot tubs, he made cookies, he does it all.
This is true. I am single. Please subscribe. Servant, bring me my cookies.
Yes, Messiah.
Oh, I touched the boiling water. So, oh, it's hot. After about 4 hours of trying to get this thing to heat up, it's lukewarm, but I got hot cookies and a hot fire. So, I hope you got so much watching today's video. I highly recommend you make one of these for yourself. And it's definitely a work in progress. I'll have to put some more effort into making it heat more quickly. But I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.